It's war, the greatest concentration of fighting troops in Washington since 1865. The 3rd Cavalry from Fort Myer and the 1st Light Tank Regiment, grim and relentless. The 12th Infantry from Fort Washington, all assembled with a single purpose, to rout the bonus army from government property which they've been occupying without permission. Property which has to be torn down to make room for new buildings. The bonus veterans have defied their leaders. The police can't handle them since the riot this morning that ended in 1 death and dozens wounded. And so they're being forced out of their shacks by smoke bombs and tear gas, hurled by the troops who've been called out by the President of the United States. Mr. Hoover doesn't blame the veterans entirely. He claims that the disorder and defiance were caused by foreign reds and a large criminal element in the ranks of the veterans. It's a spectacle unparalleled in the history of the country. A day of bloodshed and riot, reminiscent of actual conditions in France in 17. Sullen, disgruntled, the veterans give way unwillingly before the steady advance of the soldiers. The tension's terrific. Real drama of the highest rank. But the orders of the President and Secretary of War must be obeyed. Gradually, the bonus army realizes that they'd better be good, and a general retreat begins, interrupted here and there by a stubborn veteran. But resistance isn't practical. They soon find out that it doesn't pay to monkey with a buzzsaw. There's an occasional free ride to jail or a hospital. And to make sure the men will really stay out, the soldiers have orders from their commander, General Douglas MacArthur, to burn down the unsanitary and illegal camp. And the roaring flames sound the death knell to the fantastic bonus army. Many have gone back home, betrayed by unscrupulous leaders, some still sincere in the adventure that ends so disastrously in the shadow of the beautiful dome of the capital of the United States. 28 great swimming stars on their way to decide the World's Marathon Championship. It's the 7th running of the Great Canadian Classic. For 2 successive years, in 1930 and 31, it's been won by Margaret Ravior of Philadelphia. And the big question today is, will she repeat for the 3rd time? Something that's never been done before. Not many laps have passed before Margaret slips into the lead, swimming strongly and steadily, closely followed by Evelyn Armstrong of Detroit. The crowd doesn't applaud very much, not because Miss Ravior doesn't deserve it, but they can see this early in the race that she's got it clinched. She's only a few seconds slower than her time last year, and that's good swimming. By winning this race, Miss Ravior clearly establishes herself as the world's champion long-distance woman swimmer.